Well, hi there, everyone. Thanks for joining us on this short call that I'm having with my good friend Tom Big Al Schreiter. Thank you, Tom, for joining me this morning. Um, I really appreciate you taking some time out of your busy schedule just to have a chat with myself and my team about the benefits of building our network marketing business locally. So I know that you had some great success over the years in building your own business, working with local people. Maybe you can just explain to the guys and the ladies listening what the main benefits are of building locally.
Well, local is just like relatives. People say, relatives, they're so hard, but everybody is somebody's relative. And then people say, well, I don't know about local, but everybody's local to somebody. So it's not the location, it's the people we talk to. And the people we talk to are generally reactive. If you consider that people just go through life based upon their programs in their mind, what they've learned so far, if you smile at them, they smile back at you. If you punch them in the nose, they'll want to punch you back. People are reactive. So when the local people are reacting negatively to us, we have to consider what's the cause.
Right.
And unfortunately, since people don't use free will, the cause is usually us.
Okay.
So the first thing is to think about is all prospects are pretty much neutral until they meet us. So if we're going to meet somebody, we don't have to go all the way across the country to make them mad or happy. We can do that locally.
Very
Now, if
good.
you like to travel like I do, well, yeah, then it's okay. But if you're trying to do this efficiently and don't like to travel, then I would recommend having a strategy to sponsor locally. So let me pass on a quick strategy. How's that?
Yeah, that would be great. Thank you, Tom.
I have a little script that I like to use because I'm not outgoing. I'm not the most social person in the world, but I like giving presentations. I like to talk to people with open minds. So I only want to talk to people that are volunteering, have an open mind. So when I sign somebody up, I say this. Of all the people you know, friends, relatives, and coworkers, and of all the people you're going to meet in the future, is there at least just one person who feels the same way you do? Hates their job or would like to maybe cut it back to 4 days a week instead of 5 by having a little residual income. And most people are going to say, yeah, I have a best friend named Phil. And I said, well, let's talk to Phil first. And they say, well, what do I say to Phil? I said, well, he's your friend, but I'd probably start with hi. And what do I say next? Well, tell them what happened. Say, I met this guy named Big Al. We're going to go in business together. I'd like you to be in business with us. Can we talk? Yeah. Now, when I go over to see his friend Phil, Phil's his best friend. He's going to join just because he's best friends. They want to do it with him. So there's actually very little I have to say or do that's really going to even make any difference. So working locally, you can do this over and over again in just a single day. And I know in a lot of my trainings, I tell about one of my more successful days was some years back. We started with one couple, these two ladies that would eat their young. But one joined, told the other one to join, and the other one said, I have a best friend. And throughout that day, we signed up 13 out of 14 people, just going house to house, right there locally, saying, of all the people you know. So prospects are everywhere. In your case, Phil, if I were to summarize what you do, you'd say, just about everybody I talk to would like to have a lower electric bill. Just about everybody I talk to would like to have more money. Sounds like everybody's pretty much there already.
Sure.
And unfortunately, when I started, I talked these people out of it.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
saying the wrong stuff. So local is great. And if you don't know how to talk to somebody locally, you have to think of maybe the big picture rather than saying I have to memorize a certain sales script or have this used car salesman approach. You say, what's the big picture? The big picture might be this. You say, hey, do you have electricity in your home? Yeah. They send you a bill. Yeah. Would you like Marks and Spencer to pay part of that bill for you? Yeah. Let's see if we can sort it out. I mean, how much more complicated is that?
Yeah, very simple. Yeah.
So if you took that approach instead of saying, I have this unique business opportunity where we can have the Which magazine versus the Big Six and go through the rated, it's just too difficult for people.
Yeah, 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 absolutely. Now that's tremendous, Tom. And I know that sort of when you got started in your career, you definitely concentrated on building locally and have done throughout the years. What sort of positive results? I know you gave us one story there. I think, did you sign up 13 in one day?
Yeah, I missed one out of the 14. I don't know what I did wrong, but I mean, these are like their best friends. I mean, you have to work hard to talk them out of it.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Apparently, I did.
Now, the alternative to that, of course, we often meet people that don't want to talk to their friends and family. Is there
Probably.
anything we can help them with, or is it probably best not
It,
to take that approach?
it might be because of how we talk to them.
Okay,
So if we talk to them like a salesman, they say, "Man, I don't want to turn you loose on my friends,"
right, right.
and use the left, armbar close on me and high pressure. And,
Yes,
uh, that,
the knee on the throat approach.
yeah, but if you went to somebody's house and say, "Here's 20 pounds," do you have any friends that like to have 20 pounds? I'd probably say, yeah.
Mm,
But if you went to their house and irritated them by some sales pitch, chances are they're going to pretend they have no friends.
yeah,
So it's how we talk to them, why we're there.
yeah,
That's what's going to determine a lot of our referrals.
yeah. And usually that reticence to talk to people that they know may have been developed because of bad experiences in the past with other businesses, maybe.
Yeah, and some of that bad experience was very immediate. That was me being there right at the time. So
Very.
here's an easy way for the people viewing. You say, well, I don't know where to start. I need to do it locally. I don't know anybody. My friends hate me. I said, well, just remember there's this law of reaction, how people react. And you can get people to react by saying certain words. So like if you're in a crowded theater, you yell fire, people are going to react. So people will react to smiles and they react to sequences of words. And one of the sequences that is a guaranteed no-brainer is all you have to do to say to somebody is, I got a good story. And just think about this. You're at work by the coffee machine, sipping coffee, and you say to your three coworkers, I got a good story.
Hmm.
What are they going to say?
Yeah,
I mean, they cannot resist. The human mind says if there's a story, I have to know it. I have to hear it all the way to the end. I cannot go on life until the story ends. Tell me the story. It's a no-brainer. So if you say I got a good story, they will always ask you, what's the story? And you're halfway there. The other half is just simply having a story. And if you're feeling, I don't know, intimidated, say, I can't give a sales presentation, I don't want to show the video, and I don't want to high pressure people, well, all you need is a little micro story. So I'll give you an example of a micro story. I might say, I got a good story. I said, well, what's the story? I said, well, every month I used to get a electric bill, gas bill, and in the mail. And now they send me a check instead. The end.
yeah,
And the sale has already been made in their mind. They've already made up their mind they want to do it. They want to know more. And then it's all downhill. And that's the scary part for us when we begin is how do you get things started?
right.
So let's try this. You're at the coffee machine. Got a good story. Oh, what's the story? Well, you know how we hate this job with the dream-sucking vampire boss? Yeah. Well, I figured out a little escape plan so I can have a little part-time income, so I only will have to work here 4 days a week. The end.
Hmm.
They're begging.
Yeah,
Say, let's sit down over coffee and talk more.
yeah,
So think about reaction. You say, I got a good story, have a little micro story. The only other flaw that happens is people say, well, I can't say I got a good story. I'm shy. And I says, well, that's no problem. All you do is say to somebody, Hey, what's up? What's new with you? Like, oh, blah, blah, blah.
Hmm.
5 minutes later, out of courtesy, they're going to say, what's new with you? And of course, then we can say,
Got a good
I
story.
got a good story.
Yeah, yeah,
So you can
excellent.
work locally anywhere you want, whether it be in line at the bank, on the bus. Just say to somebody, what's new with you? And take the easy ones. Tell them a little micro story. If the answer is yes, they said, yeah, I'd like to have Marks and Spencer pay part of my electric bill. Or yes, I'd rather get money instead of paying a bill. Or yes, I'd like an extra paycheck on top of the one I'm getting right now. You're already done. Everything else is a formality.
Yeah,
So that's how you do it locally.
yeah, fantastic. Thank you, Tom. And I know over the years you had huge success with that, and that's what I've really been encouraging the team to do. So I'm going to let them watch this video. I'll send them a link to it, and I'm sure they'll get some real value from it. Thank you very much.
Well, thanks for inviting me, Phil. And hopefully they're out there telling stories for the rest of the week.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you, Tom, and really appreciate you coming on this call. Thank you. Okay, so I've got to just stop this video now.